Wake up, everybody, we got stuff to do. Welcome back to Rusty Wrench Repair, everybody. Guess what? I got a snap ring. And it's correct. So, if you look over here in this, this is 3 of the wrong ones. These are actually 76 and newer C6s. Different output shaft. Not a lot different, just able to accept. These are thicker, a lot thicker. So this is the one I've been waiting for. Ordered a couple of times. And it's not their fault. To be honest with you, when I took everything apart, I wasn't sure which one had broken. Until I started to try to put it back together. Then figured out that the small one don't fit on the big portion of the shaft. So you can see up here, smaller, little bigger, little bigger, little bigger. This is the one I was waiting on. Goes right in here, right next to the governor. And then this is the other one. So I kept getting this one and the fatter ones for the 76 and newer transmissions. So this time I finally got the right one. As you can see, it's that much bigger than the smaller one. Not much at all, but enough that it wasn't going together without it. So, got the right one. I'm super excited about it. This transmission, like I told everybody in the beginning when I started putting this thing together, it's the first one I've ever rebuilt. I was a mechanic for a long time and I avoided these things like I owed them money. I hated these things just because there's so many parts, but taking this one apart, and this one's older, it's really not that bad. I mean, there are a lot of parts. Most of it's a puzzle basically. You got clutches, steels, and then the drums, and it's basically just a puzzle, and it's really not that bad. I let them intimidate me for a long time, but this one definitely my debut on transmissions, and it took me for a run for sure. Just finding parts. There's only one place that I could find. I mean, I searched the webs, I searched everywhere. There's only one place that I found parts that actually knew what I needed. Once we figured out what I needed. And that's Fatsko Transmission over in New Jersey. Robert, big thank you to him. He didn't yell at me or call me stupid or anything, so but he did get me the right snap ring finally. So we are going to get this thing back together. I'm going to throw some clips in here because we started putting it back together and then realized I had the wrong snap ring, and we stopped because that's literally the next piece of the puzzle. And we couldn't do anything until we got it. So we used this tool. I did this off camera, but this tool to it appears something on here is magnetic. What are you doing?
Get a close up of the little shaft assembly.
Of the what?
The little clutch.
Nope. So you put this tool in here like this. Come around this side. And you can see it pushes down on this retainer. And I had put this snap ring around this race. And then you put this plate on the back here. And then basically just tighten up. And it actually, pushed that retainer down so that we could get the snap ring in behind that race. 2, it seated the drum. I did check it out, make sure that there were no pieces of the seal that came out or anything like that. Didn't do any damage, so it worked out rather nice. I got this on Amazon for like 25 bucks. Worked perfect. This was a really good investment for this. I got all the low reverse steels and clutches in there, the pressure plate, got the snap ring in there. We're gonna look at the book real quick. I probably should have done that way. I probably should have done that while the camera was goofing off. Let's see what's next. Alright, got all those, got that. Inspect the governor. Oh, okay, we're gonna do governor stuff.
Ooh, politics.
Not that governor. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm just looking at the pictures. I'm not reading anything.
Action!
Every time. Stop doing that. Alright, we're going to take the governor apart. Well,
Hello, governor.
Hello, governor. We started taking the governor apart already, but... oh, Jesus. Today's not my day. Not where the... If I don't lose something vital while taking this thing apart and putting it back together.
Like an eye.
It's not even something vital on me. It's parts of this
God-loving transmission.
God-loving transmission, yeah. Alright. So, dirty, nasty, filthy governor.
That's my name in high school.
We're going to clean this stuff up. I'm going to use entirely too much brake clean. Right in the retina. Oh no, what up my nose? I'm okay. Okay. Get this stuff cleaned up.
You use a lot of brake cleaner.
I didn't even use that much.
Why is that, Adam?
Because
mechanics in Africa can't use any brake fluid because
get stuff clean. Listen, I'll try to cut back on my brake cleaner use. My brake cleaner habit.
I don't think you can stop.
You don't make things weird.
What's weird about it?
Don't, yeah, stop it. Alright.
$0.48 right there.
32 cents, well spent.
They used to be my rap name back in the day.
32 cents?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Must have been after 50 Cent came along.
Yeah. I didn't get a shot. I took shots. So.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get you? That was totally an accident. It really was.
All right, no problem. I'm not mad or nothing.
That's not nice.
That's cool. I forgive you.
You want to share with the class what you're mouthing at me right now?
Salutations, everybody.
I feel like there was a lot more hate speech in there than that. Is that what they call it nowadays?
No, what I'm hating
When you're mean to someone, it's all of a sudden called hate speech.
What I'm hating is how much brake cleaner you use.
Oh my God! What is your issue with how much brake cleaner I'm using?
So there's a puddle next to you.
Well, you know, what are you gonna? My parts cleaner's buried. I can't get it out.
So instead of getting it out, he chose to use 76.5 cans of brake cleaning. Hopefully they'll give us a sponsorship. You need one.
Yeah. What's that over there? No. Behind you. It's right there. On the... It's not what it looks like.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not what it looks or sounds like. What? What up? What? Look how clean that is now.
Don't look like a brake to me.
I didn't even use any brake clean. Oh, I'm gonna have to get out some.
I didn't pull out the brake cleaner. Pull out Old Faithful.
I might have to use a little bit of brake clean on this. I tried to get away with not using any at all, and I've done good so far.
T-Rex.
We're playing with the camera, and
T-Rex.
he's breaking my tools now. This is... yeah. That's what just happened. Because I don't know everything about this camera, so you know we're playing with it, trying to figure it out. It did something, and he's like, "I didn't start it," and I'm like, "Well, it's doing something." So I'm hitting the buttons, and it's stopping, and then he's acting like a T-Rex for absolutely no reason whatsoever, unprompted.
Captured in my prime.
So yeah, we're gonna leave that in there for your viewing enjoyment. But I guess we're sort of figuring it out, I guess. Here we go. You probably couldn't tell in time lapse or when I was working super fast like a junkie mouse. This right here is the broken ring that came off of, well, right in front of the governor. Hello, governor. Yeah, so it's a bit bigger. This is...
That's what she said.
This is one that Fatsco Transmission sent me, and this is the one I already had. This is another one that Fatsco sent me, and they're meant to go up here on this one, which is after you put it in here. This ring retained the governor, and that is the one that broke, and that is the one that seems to be tough to find. Just like I said, one thing after another. I was so excited to be putting this thing back together, and here we are. I am not comfortable with putting that snap ring in there. It fits in there, but it doesn't seat all the way around it because it's not wide enough. So like back here it's seating, and then like the front corners up here, back here it's seating, and then all of this is pushed off of it because it's spread so wide, and it's oblong. You can actually see it stretched it to where it's oblong now. and all it's gonna do is break, and I'm gonna have issues, and that's not what I want. So not gonna chance it with that. I'm gonna get a hold of, I think his name was Robert at Fatsco, and see if they have this other one, and hope he can ship it to me quick, because that puts me at a stopping point yet again with this lovely transmission. Did some other things. As you can see, we organized the garage a little bit. It's just organized chaos, basically. If you take a look over there, we got the shelves, which you would have seen on the video a couple weeks ago, or last week, whenever we decided to put this video out. I don't know. But it's time, guys. I'm sick of this transmission. I'm ready to do some other stuff. We're trying to put together some other stuff. I want to get you guys some fresh content, some fun content, but I don't want to move on without getting this thing at least back together. Still got some work to do on the Thunderbird, and then we can get it in there and see if it does direction selection device things, transmission-y things. So I'm gonna get this thing back together, take you through along with us as we put it back together, and we'll go from there. I guess she came out of my beard. That's what he's going for, I guess. You disappeared in there and then you came back out. All right. I'm not living in there anymore. I guess you guys were for a few seconds, but I'm not that word. All right, let's get this snap ring on here. I'm so excited. I got the right one, right?
Drum roll, please.
Oh, I haven't test fit this either. This is raw, guys. I just brought this out here. I've been doing other things, so if it don't fit, you're gonna see me throw a temper tantrum like my 2-year-old.
5-year-old's worse.
Yeah, for sure. These snap ring pliers suck. Oh yeah. All right. Much more gooder. That fit on there exactly the way it was supposed to. So now we're just gonna front row. There we go. All right. It's in there. Now we should be able to put the next snap ring on. Ow. I'm okay. I got more fingers.
No snap rings were harmed in the making of this film. Maybe some feelings.
Yeah, just my feelings. Mission impossible. It's transmission impossible.
Dope title.
I already used it. Do you not watch my videos? Don't say that word. Can you push up on that shaft?
If I touch your shaft, I better get a raise.
Sure.
The only raise I'm gonna get is out of you.
This is not as easy as one would think.
Dude, me and Elon Musk build these things all the time.
You and Elon Musk?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard because I really have a lot with Jay-Z and stuff, so it's hard to fit him in. And then President Biden's always blowing me up.
There's something to be proud of. Almost had it that time.
Yeah, my aunt was almost my uncle, but she's not.
Who talked her out of the surgery? Got it. Whew.
Rusty wrench, well done.
That was, I don't feel like that should have been that hard. Alright, so we should be able to get this guy down in there now. Alright, what's next? Cooking with peanut oil now, or some kind of Crisco maybe. Okay, what's next here? I'm gonna try to get this whole unit in there together. Yeah, like that. Next is our band. Maybe. There we go. This one goes on my channel. This one goes over here. And then this guy, oh no. This is where you gotta be careful, guys. Because you don't want any debris in there. That's why I use too much brake clean, according to Kayvon. But
Far too much.
I'd rather use too much brake clean and know that everything is
brake clean
than I'll leave that a little tight for right now. Sort of keeping everything in place. So next, I guess, it's gonna be our input shaft. Guess what we're gonna use to clean it off. Just gotta make sure we get the debris off of there.
Oh, went through the whole can already.
I've been using that can for like 3 weeks. Him and my wife both think that I use too much brake clean. What do you guys think? Maybe I do. I don't know. All right, so I do believe this end goes in first, just like so. Oh man. So, I didn't do this yet, but I do need to replace this guy here, the ring, ceiling rings. For these two little guys. These are kind of cool because once they're in there, they kind of snap together and you just pop them apart and they come out pretty easy. The new ones are designed the same. I'm sure they all are, but you know, makes me sound cool if whatever. Alright guys, we gotta take a break for a second because I found a snap ring, a big one, that I apparently replaced. But I had to double check because I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, you do. So much fun.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna put the pump on now. Oh. So we're gonna put the pump on now.
Pump it real good.
Do 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 do.
Bluetooth.
Alright.
Bluetooth connected.
Stuff's apparently just talking now. Why? Why is stuff just talking?
Oh, I'll lean on that. I don't know what that did.
Oh, it's a speaker. Holy shnikes.
Oh yeah, buddy. Should be transmitting. This is an STD, sexual transmitting device.
It's a what?
STD.
Please don't call stuff that.
Call those the clap screws because they clap in. Clap.
Oh, man. I'm praying to the car gods right now that this thing goes forward and backwards.
It just goes up.
And in more than one speed. Or more than one gear.
Hits the gas.
Although, if the car starts flying, I wouldn't be surprised. I thought that in my head, that was funnier in my head.
Keep it there.
Well, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be. I need your support, not your hate. Thanks. Just flip me off.
I blew him a kiss with my finger.
Hate it here. Let's see, what size is that? Half?
I'm not sure reaching for the brake link.
I'm not tightening any of them up. I'm just sort of going around, and because I mean, I don't know if you can notice on camera, but it is sucking it in as they get tight. So okay. It says 28 to 40 foot-pounds. So we're gonna start at all of it. I'm gonna give it all the torques. Can you come on this side and hold this down?
Mm-hmm.
Does it say foot-pound? Yeah. Maybe we're not going to give it all of it yet. Let's go to 35 first. That is not that much, but... that was 35. And I don't really like the way it feels. We're not gonna go to 40. 40 is not a lot, and that seemed, man. Just gonna leave it at 35. 28 to 40, 35 sort of in the middle. We'll stick with that. I don't like leaving my batteries and stuff just because it corrodes, it damages the tool or whatever. Flashlights are real bad for it. So I take my batteries out. This is a really expensive torque wrench I've had for a pretty long time. I want it to stay nice. And I want it to continue working for a long time. I did get a smaller torque wrench. So before I put the valve body in, I'm gonna double check all the torque specs on that. Make sure everything's torqued. I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'm just gonna do that off camera, but just thought I'd let you know. I think we're pretty close to that point. I'm gonna figure out what we got to do here to adjust this band. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put this. Probably gonna put the servo in next. And then I did realize there is one more thing I need for the tail shaft housing. I gotta get a tail shaft seal or an output shaft seal, which it is in stock right up the road at the parts store. So I'm not really worried about that, but I do need to clean up the housing that I put down here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I need this tail shaft seal, which no big deal, but I am gonna put that on there before I put it back on. I need to clean this out.
Sprinkling.
And clean this up with the wire wheel, with the death wheel, before I put it back on there. All I'm worried about today is getting all of this, or this week, all I'm worried about is getting all this put back together. So I'm gonna fire this guy up. And then we'll just put the servo on this way. So, yeah, good stuff. Getting it put back together, I'm excited. All right, we're gonna put this servo back in. I greased her up. I greased her up. Oh, you need a gasket.
Silly goose.
Goodness.
Rusty wrench repair.
We almost know what we're doing. I gotta wipe this off.
Pickling. Dun, 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 dun.
Probably help if I put it on the right way. That's more gooder. Whoa!
I gotta be the cameraman and the muscles.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted job, man.
We're the best looking. I mean, come on, man.
You're already the what?
Best looking.
Who's the contest between you and the dog? Ha! Let me know how that goes, stabbing metal. What'd I do with the socket? Oh, it's right there. We're gonna watch that seal, the rubber seal, not the gasket. Make sure none of it comes out. Slowly suck this thing in. I don't know the right or wrong way to do this, you know. Everything I do on here is a learning experience for me, so if I'm doing it wrong, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. If I'm doing it wrong, I'm sorry. See what the torque is, if it tells me. 12 to 20 foot-pounds. So let's get the torque wrench back out. I don't know why I put it away.
Silly goose.
Uh-oh.
Make sure that you're
We're-
closing this gate.
We're in trouble, what?
Just make sure you close this gate. This morning it was wide open and it's open again, and I just let Jen know again.
Told you we were in trouble.
I don't feel like the gate would have been open now.
When we went out to get the battery.
Oh no, that time was me. Oh, this morning.
Cut that out. Nobody likes to see an angry Jesse.
You should make the Godzilla noise. Cool music before it comes in. You speak fluent Jessica. It's crazy.
Alright, we're gonna start. Well, let's zero it. Then let's start with 15 foot-pounds. Then we'll go up to 20. Alright guys, so I ain't gonna lie, I watched a video to see what the procedure for this was. I looked in the book, but then I just wanted to see how somebody else did it, so I watched the video, and he said that he used a 5/16 inverted Torx socket, external Torx. I have never heard of such a thing. So I got into my external torque sockets and I found one that fit it, but it didn't work perfect. So I improvised. I got it torqued to 10, and then I did the 1.5 turns out. So as you can see, they're not super tight, and they're not supposed to be. They're not exceptionally loose, which they're not supposed to be, and it doesn't feel like it's dragging. So it feels right to me. There's a little bit of drag, I guess you'd say, but everything in here is pretty much new. The band's new, so you're gonna get a little bit, and I'm talking thousandths, you know, a little bit of clearance in this stuff. So I'm not gonna go any further than that. He went an extra 1/8 of a turn, and then he decided that he wasn't gonna go the extra 1/8 of a turn out. He took it back to the 1.5 turns out, which, you know, is probably a good idea, because you're gonna get, especially on first startup, when everything starts working and all that stuff, you're gonna get some clearance. Like I said, I'm talking thousandths, not a ton of clearance, but yeah. So I did the 1.5 turns. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now I'm gonna mark it straight up and down, just a reference line, so that because I have to, when I put this on there, this is the lock nut, and that's the seal. Once I get it turned down, you know, it will try to turn that whole adjustment screw, so that you don't want that. So I'm just going to use that line for reference. Now you do want to make sure that the threads are super clean. You don't want this binding on there and causing that adjustment screw to turn. So I'm going to use a wrench, and then a 5/16 wrench, which does exist. That 5/16 inverted Torx may exist. I couldn't find it anywhere. I tried Google, eBay, you know, the whole nine. I've never heard of it. I'm not saying that there's not stuff out there that I've never heard of. I'm just saying I couldn't find it. So, but anyways, I tightened this down till I felt the seal make contact with the case, and now I'm just gonna use this wrench, maybe. I'm gonna hold that and then start to tighten this down, because you can see there how it wants to turn it. Well, maybe you can't see on camera, but yeah, it wants to turn that adjustment screw. Okay, so the torque on that lock nut is 40 foot-pounds. I'm going to zero this, take it to 40. And I'm actually going to watch it in here. I'm going to put a line in here for a reference too. Just so I can watch it to see. That's the adjustment screw right there, just to see if that thing turns. That's the adjustment screw right there that I put a line on. Alright. And see, it wants to turn it. So
you want to hold in place?
You can't.
I can't?
Mm-mm. All right, that's 40. It didn't move, so we're good to go. I'm gonna check everything. Everything still feels good. It's moving good. So that's that. Should be good to go. I don't know if there's adjustments that you can make. I'm sure there is once it's in the car with the band. I'm not a transmission guy, guys, so I'm just I'm learning as I go as well. So it's back together for the most part. Now what up? We're here. I cleaned this. He threw me off. Sorry. My hat, new hat. All right, so we're gonna. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. It's not even funny. All right, but anyways, we got this all cleaned up. Got the seal put in. Cleaned up inside. Ooh, pretty. Don't look too hard. It's kind of dirty still. I got the gasket shellacked on there. So we're gonna throw this tail shaft housing on there. Then we're gonna put the valve body in there. So exciting. And then put the pan on. We done. I still gotta clean the pan. Dang it, I forgot about that. But anyways, so, you know. Oh, such a satisfying sound. Not really.
Today, Junior.
Shut up. Excuse me. All right, it's on. Good to go. All right, I'll put the rest of the bolts in it. We got the modulator and valve to put back in. Everything's nice and clean and pretty. Put the rest of these bolts in here. I'm excited, guys. It's almost back together. Whew, just hoping. Let's I don't how to do this the other day. Okay, yeah. I got them all. Let's get the thumbs in there. My toes are crossed. All my fingers are crossed. My chest hairs are crossed. It's not the only thing crossed. Let's just hope it works when it goes in the car. That'll be later. Later. I'm super excited to see this thing go back together, guys. I really am. What a pain in the butt this thing has been.
And can you remind everybody what this is going inside of?
Oh yeah, the 75 Thunderbird, the Thunder Chicken. All right, guys, I got the throttle body. Every time. Not every time, but pretty close. The valve body set on here. I haven't bolted it down yet, but I got it set on there. I got the shift mechanism set into this valve here, and then the other one that I don't really know what it does. I think it's the kick down. I'm pretty sure it's for the kick down. The kick down bolts onto here and then goes up to the carburetor mechanism. So I think that's some kind of kick down valve. I got the modulator on here. Don't forget, or don't worry, I didn't forget the pin that goes in there. If you're doing these, don't forget, there's a little pin inside of here. You put the valve in, and then there's a pin before you put the modulator on. And if you don't put that pin in there, something bad will happen. So I did want to get this set on there. I didn't want to struggle with it on camera. So I set this on there, got those in there and set where they're supposed to be. We're going to put the bolts in real quick. Now, for the valve body, for anyone that's ever going to do a C6, Obviously you'll be able to tell this, but there's 2 longer screws. You can see the difference in length. This part of the valve body is a little bit higher than the rest of it. Gotta wiggle it around to find the hole.
Giggity.
I've always found this weird. Maybe some of you guys out there can relate, but I've always found, like, especially when putting older stuff together, when you put bolts in, sometimes like a bolt will work better in one hole rather than like the others. I don't know if like that's just because, you know, the way they were, like that one, I had such a hard time threading either one of these into this hole, but this one goes in there no problem. I've always found that weird. I've never said it out loud, so now I'm just a weird guy saying weird stuff. But anyways, I don't know, comment if you guys have ever found that weird, where you go to put a bolt, all the same bolts, same thread, same everything, but you go to put it in one hole and it doesn't seem to want to thread in there right. Then you put it in another one, it threads in okay. You put another bolt in there, it threads in just fine. I don't know, I've just always found it weird. I've always thought it in my head, but never let it escape. The filter works pretty good most of the time. Apparently today, I have no inhibitions on what I say. Sure. We're just gonna snug them down. I don't like to go around the perimeter in a straight, you know what I mean? I like to jump around a little bit, make sure everything goes down nice and even. And then we'll make sure everything gets torqued down, but that's it, guys. The valve body is on. All we have left, this is the filter. All we have left at this point is the gasket and the pan. It came together really quick once I had the right parts. I think if I would have had all the right parts and knew what to expect right at the beginning, we would have had this thing apart and back together fairly quickly. And now, you know, for future transmissions, or, you know, I wouldn't mind doing another transmission. I didn't hate it. You know, I just, for next time, want to make sure that I have all the parts I need for sure. And probably the first few or couple that I do, I'm probably not going to have all the parts that I need or know exactly everything I need, but definitely going to do the next one a little different, a little more confidence, because this one came together nicely once we had the parts. I will be a lot more confident when I know if it goes forward and backwards like it's supposed to.
It just goes off.
I'm confident that it will, though. You know, we put all new stuff in this thing. I took my time, obviously, as you know, making sure that everything was completely right. I even, off camera, took that drum pack back out to make sure that I didn't forget a snap ring, because I found one that I obviously replaced but didn't think that I did. So I'm pretty confident that it's going to work. Send me some good juju into the universe so that this thing works, even if it's not supposed to. But anyways, gonna finish getting the pan cleaned up. We'll get the gasket on here and throw that together. We're gonna torque this real quick first, so I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. Final piece of the puzzle. The pan clean, cleanish. Going back on. This is it. Well, the torque converter, but it's over there somewhere. I ain't putting it there. This thing's heavy enough. This thing weighs like, it's a lot. Badonk.
Yep, that's a pan.
I'm so excited, guys. I never thought we'd get here. I thought we'd never get here. We're here, though. I don't know. I didn't major in English. Leave me alone. Oh, man. The pan is on. How exciting is that?
So exciting. So exciting. Big strong man to put in the pan.
This is why you don't get invited to a lot of parties. Just don't know what to say. You can laugh out loud.
I'm too busy crying on the inside.
So, funny story. I'm cleaning off these bolts with brake clean, and I dropped one in the trash can. That's gonna be in the bloopers. There's so much, guys. So much that goes into this. Filming and editing and wrong parts and...
Being the best looking.
Thanks. I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate all the support. It means the world to me, especially when, I mean, I'm motivated. I love doing this stuff. Oh, look at that. I mean, I noticed that before, but squirrel, it's been bottomed out a couple times. Whew. Like, I'm motivated. I don't think I'm a lazy person, but honestly, like, when you guys comment, when you guys like the videos, you know, when I get a lot of views on a video, you guys have no idea how motivating that is for a YouTuber. So if you guys have watched this far into this video, I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment. And I want to give a shout out to one more bolt, Cole Coleman. Great guy, awesome channel, great content. If you guys have a chance, look him up, watch some of his videos. He's funny, he's got some cool cars, cool dude. But guys, the pan is on. I'm tightening up the bolts now. Can't see them all because I'm short, so I got a feel for them. That's what she said.
Is it in yet?
You can't say that.
I'm asking, is the screw in yet?
Oh, yeah, it's in. I think that's what you meant. Nope. Good to go. Woo! She's done. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have this pan on here. Other than the torque converter going in here, and I ain't putting that in there till I'm ready to put it in the vehicle. This thing is done. It's back together. Whew! Man, I feel so much better. I can't believe it's done. I'm excited. I bet you guys are excited because I'm sick of working on this. I'm sure you guys are sick of watching videos come out about it. So it's together. Next video we put out is going to be something different. I might be working on a Thunderbird. I might be working on something different. I don't know yet. But the transmission is back together. So no more videos about me putting together a danged old transmission. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your guys' support. Like I said before, all the YouTubers, check out One More Bolt, Cole Coleman. He's really cool. Check out his content. Give him a like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
And just a friendly reminder from all of us here at Rusty Wrench Repair, be sure to like, subscribe us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Woo! Woo! Together!
Yes!
So excited! Okay, bye. Clean those off a little better with the brake clean.
Oh no!
Oh no! Don't look in here.